Martin, great to see you. First of all, how are you feeling?
Much better than last week anyway. Yeah, a couple of ailments rolled into one, unfortunately, but I'm getting there, which is good news.
Yeah, great to see you back. I mean, people say as long as you've got your health and your happiness, then you're fine. So you've got your health, and I'm sure you were happy when you watched Celtic's performance at Rugby Park.
I thought the team did brilliantly, really well. Opening up, great goal early on as well too, and great for Casper as well, because missed a couple of chances in the game against Dundee, but overall you feel as if he can stay away from serious injury, he will score goals for you. He's proven that in the Champions League, and it was nice to see him, as all strikers thrive in goals, and it's great for him.
How much does it affect the whole team in a positive way when you have a striker there who can be so prolific in front of goal? Well,
I think that now, like for instance, most of last season, and I mean stats might not even bear me out here, but most of last season we were looking as if we were trying to walk it into the net. You know, we didn't have anybody really who had the ability to head the ball and look as if they could head. We have a number of players who can head the ball, but I'm talking about in a centre forward position, you know, things that are in the air that you feel as if you can attack. And he has certainly shown that. So hopefully we don't have to be as precise as much as anything else. But precision was the name of the game on Sunday. And it's just nice for the whole team, as you say, Gerry, for the side to be able to think that, yeah, listen, we've got centre forward, maybe he can hold the ball up as well too. Very, very important. I grew up with all of that, of course, you know. And putting the ball in the net is what he's paid to do, and it's a great start for him.
I'm sure you're also delighted that Haissem Hassan has joined the club as well. We saw a bit of him at the World Cup, obviously. What do you see as his main attributes, and what can he add to the team?
Yeah, we'd been tracking him in January time. We were hoping that we'd be able to do something. Oviedo, obviously, at the bottom end, bottom rung of the league. Were unwilling to let anybody go, and at that stage, totally understandable. So it wasn't as if to say he was just like an afterthought for us in the last couple of weeks. Far from it. We have been chasing him, a number of players in that sort of position that we feel as if they will add something to us, and he very, very much fitted the bill. So delighted that he's here, and hopefully he'll do well.
Yeah, he seems like a player where you can see from clips very, very fast, great with the ball at his feet. Obviously, he's got a fantastic left foot on him. Again, do you feel he's someone who can add to the quality that we've got?
Of course, yeah, very much so. I think that when he gets to see the surrounds here, I just think he'll glow. I think he will, and people start to think about the number of things that players can't do. And I think you have to stay more in the positive of what players can do. And this is going past players now is a sort of a dying art, which is really, that's almost unforgivable in football. And that's what fans get excited about, you know. And actually, to tell you the truth, so do fellow players, you know. They think it can take people on and then cause some sort of havoc, make some goals, maybe score the occasional one as well too. So all of that there adds to the mix, but deep down I'm delighted we have them.
I know there's still a few weeks left to go in the transfer window, but it feels like for this window it's about quality rather than quantity. How important is it for you that when we do buy players, they're first team ready?
Well, that's another good point. I think this is what we've tried to do. There's a number of players who have left the club. There might be one or two might leave between now and the transfer deadline window, but overall, that's a real balancing act. Is actually to allow some players to leave the football club that in normal circumstances you wouldn't want to. You'd really want to keep them as much as possible, but obviously there's the big prizes out there. Prizes, I'm talking about financial prizes out there. Very, very difficult, more difficult than ever before, I think. And then what you're looking for then is to try and keep that quality up, even try and not just emulate it, but surpass it in many aspects with perhaps players who are not costing as much. Well, no, that's pretty difficult. But you're right about in terms of quality. Duran, I think perhaps even playing out of position at this moment. I think he is a centre forward, or he can play off the centre forward. So I think we have to be a bit more flexible in our teams as well too. We should be able to play a number of systems without too much bother. I know that it's been pretty rigid here for quite a number of years and been successful, which is great. And one doesn't really want to change a great deal. But I think if you've got two players like that, who are both capable of scoring goals, I think then you have to try and find different ways of performing.
Let me ask you then about the next couple of games. The team set a pretty high bar against Kilmarnock. Is that the standard that you think you're going to need to play against Dundee United? Tannadice was a place where, you know, last season it proved to be a bit of a turning point, albeit a negative result.
Well, I think there's a couple of things. Funny enough, you're just talking about great football pitches. The players were very complimentary about Kilmarnock's surface, which is great. It's a grass surface. We play on it early in the season as well too, so that is terrific. And fun enough, Tannadice will be a different pitch completely to the one that we played on. Pitches apart, you know, I think that you talked about standards, setting standards. We did very, very well in the game. Of course, you've got this big match on Saturday, and another couple of massive matches in the Champions League, and it's just trying to get people to gel together. Now, there's now that you would have to say that both Casper and Duran have kind of hopefully settling in now as well too. Might have somebody else in as well too by that stage. Who knows? I don't know, and we'll see. What you're hoping for is that the players can, you know, just play football, gel as quickly as possible, because these games are coming so quickly now on top of us.
Yeah, and to get a positive result in the Cup against Dundee United, you know, following on from that performance against Kilmarnock at Rugby Park, will just put the team in a perfect position going into a huge Champions League qualifier.
Yeah, absolutely. The game on Saturday evening will be difficult for us. We know that. Dundee United, I thought, they played exceptionally well against Rangers, exceptionally well in the game, and buoyed on by a home crowd as well too, and remembering last season as well too. So we've really got to be at it right from the start.
Looking ahead to the game against Lask next Wednesday, then the Champions League playoff, a massive game coming so early in the season. How much, not so much are you relying on, but how much help does it give you to have that Celtic Park backing in that first leg?
Well, that terrific, really. I thought Celtic were seeded last season, but had the first game at home, and I suppose I probably thought way back, if you were seeded, you would have the second game at home, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It just seems to be the luck of the draw. But regardless, the two difficult matches for us against the Austrian champions, yeah, it'll be terrific. Honestly, it'll be absolutely terrific. I'm sure the atmosphere will be incredible, really. But we've got to try and do our best over both games to try and get through, which will be it'll be a difficult task for us. But hopefully we'll be ready for it.